Some stories don't begin with heroes or grand events. Sometimes they begin quietly with a small act of kindness that grows, travels a long distance, and one day comes back in ways no one expected. This story begins on June 25, 1950, when war erupted on the Korean peninsula. The world felt cold and uncertain. Cities were burning, families were scattered, and countless children wandered the streets with no home to return to. When the United Nations called for help, Turkey was the second country to respond, right after the United States. On September 17, 1950, 5,000 Turkish soldiers departed from the port of Iskenderun. After a 30-day journey across oceans, they arrived at Busan harbor. They were there to fight. But they did something more. One freezing night in the winter of 1950, temperatures dropped to -35 degrees Celsius. Sergeant Süleyman Dilberlici, a 25-year-old Turkish soldier, heard crying in the darkness. He found a 5-year-old Korean girl wearing nothing but tattered clothes, her family killed in the war. He looked at her face, pale under the full moon, and named her Ayla, Turkish for halo of light. For the next 15 months, Süleyman and his entire brigade became Ayla's family. She learned Turkish so quickly that she began helping soldiers translate. The military camp, filled with thousands of men, became the safest place she had ever known. But when the time came for Turkish soldiers to leave Korea, Süleyman couldn't take Ayla with him. With tears streaming down their faces, they said goodbye at a place called Ankara Park. Ayla was placed in a special school the Turkish soldiers had built, the Ankara School. Here's something remarkable. Among all 21 countries that sent forces to Korea, Turkey was the only nation to build a school and orphanage for Korean war children. The Ankara School in Suwon housed 118 students at its peak. General Tahsin Yazisi, who led the Turkish brigade, described it proudly. "There is a school where our flag flies," he said. "Our brigade supplies all the needs of that school." The children learned Turkish marches. They sang in Turkish, English, and Korean. The school continued to operate well into the 1970s, long after the war ended. Turkey sent over 21,000 soldiers to Korea, the fourth largest contingent among 16 nations. More than 900 Turkish soldiers lost their lives, and 462 of them are buried in the UN Memorial Cemetery in Busan. But the sacrifice created something unbreakable. Korea began calling Turkey our brother nation. The bond remained quiet, steady, never forgotten. 60 years passed. In 2010, Sergeant Süleyman attended a reception for the 60th anniversary of the Korean War. He was 85 years old. He told his story about the little girl he had to leave behind. A South Korean journalist began investigating. Government archives were searched. The old Ankara school building had been demolished, its records destroyed. But someone remembered. A woman named Kim Yoonja had stayed in touch with former classmates. When they found her, she was 65 years old. They showed her old photographs. Everything came back. "Süleyman was my hero," she said through tears. They arranged a reunion at Ankara Park in Seoul, the same place where Süleyman had to leave her 60 years earlier. Father and daughter embraced again. The story became a Turkish film in 2017, touching millions of hearts across both nations. Then on February 6, 2023, a devastating 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck southern Turkey. Buildings collapsed. Entire neighborhoods vanished. More than 53,000 people died. 14 million were affected. And once again, children were searching for someone to hold their hand. When the news reached Korea, the response was immediate. President Yoon Suk-yeol was one of the first world leaders to offer help, calling Turkey our brother nation. Within hours, Korea assembled its largest disaster relief mission in history. 121 people, 60 firefighters and rescue workers, 50 special forces soldiers, medical teams, for rescue dogs. They flew on a military transport aircraft and arrived in Hoti province within 72 hours, during the critical golden hours for rescue operations. The scene that greeted them was beyond imagination. For 10 days, the Korean team worked in Hoti, one of the hardest hit regions where 22,000 people died. They rescued 8 people from the rubble. They recovered 19 bodies. But something unexpected happened. The local Turkish people refused to accept any payment from the Korean rescuers. Residents came at dawn to transport Korean teams when they had no vehicles. People offered food and blankets. Some chanted Koreans are top-notch. During the rescue operations, a Korean illustrator named Myung Minho created 2 side-by-side drawings that spread across the world. The first image showed a Turkish soldier in 1950 kneeling to help a Korean child. The second image showed a Korean rescuer in 2023 kneeling in the same position to help a Turkish child. The illustration received over 370,000 likes on Instagram within days. Turkish newspapers and media picked up the image. Beneath it, captions read, "In 1950, Turkey held Korea's children. In 2023, Korea holds Turkey's children." A Turkish resident in the earthquake zone told reporters, "It feels like Korea never forgot. 70 years ago we helped their children and now Korea is helping ours." This isn't a tale of loud heroes. It's not a story of victory or power. It's the quiet, steady truth that kindness, once given, never truly disappears. It travels. It waits. Remembers. And sometimes, after 70 years, it brings 2 nations back together in the most human way possible. Today, Korean students still learn about the Turkish Brigade in their textbooks. The UN Memorial Cemetery in Busan still honors 462 Turkish soldiers. The Ankara Park in Seoul still stands where Suleiman and Ayla said goodbye. The Ankara School is gone, but its legacy lives in the hearts of thousands who remember. And in 2023, when Turkey needed help, Korea didn't hesitate, because some debts are too precious to ever forget, and some bonds are too strong to ever break. This is the story of how kindness completed its circle, after exactly 73 years.